Jeanne Calment was the oldest person to have ever lived. She was born in 1875 and passed away at the age of 122 in 1997. Everyone agrees that this is the longest period of human existence ever. Well, not everyone. Some claim that there are others who are much older. There are supposedly immortal humans according to some. Some individuals even claim to be immortal themselves. So here is a list of the top 10 people who claim to be immortal. Starting from number 10, Qin Shi Huang. His dynasty lasted 400 years and he was a well-known Chinese emperor. The Terracotta Army and a portion of the Great Wall of China were two of his most notable accomplishments. His people reportedly thought of him as immortal because of how much they loved him. As a result of being happy to fulfill this prophecy, Qin Shi Huang developed an obsession with trying to attain immortality. In search of the fabled elixir of life, he dispatched thousands of people on 2 separate occasions. It was unsuccessful both times. After taking too many mercury pills prescribed by his doctors in an effort to make him immortal, he ultimately passed away from mercury poisoning. Number 9. Leonard Jones. He was a 1797 born American politician who professed to be eternal. More intriguingly, he asserted that anyone could become immortal with the proper amount of fasting and prayer. He discovered a preacher who shared his beliefs, and the two of them established the Live Forever faith while attempting to gather followers for the construction of an immortality city. The preacher passed away while they were recruiting. When Leonard Jones was asked to speak at the funeral of his immortal partner, he reportedly felt extremely embarrassed. He then changed to politics and made numerous attempts to run for US president, with his main platform being his immortality. Sadly, when he passed away at the age of 71, he lost a lot of support. Number 8. Ahasuerus. There was a legend about a Jewish man who witnessed Jesus' crucifixion in medieval Europe. The man mocked Jesus and told him to get moving as he saw him carrying his cross. When Jesus turned to face him, he cursed him, saying that he would continue to walk the earth until his second coming. Numerous witnesses claim to have spotted him wandering the planet hundreds of years later. His name was Ahasuerus. He fluctuated, being young or old, or even changed between the two. Others claim that this is merely a tale of symbolism for the Jewish diaspora that has traveled the world for millennia. Number 7. Dashi-Dorzho Itigelov. A group of Russian Buddhist monks leader gathered his followers in 1927 to announce his passing. He warned them to leave because he believed Stalin, the leader of Russia, would persecute them. Then, after promising to return in 75 years, he passed away while in deep meditation. His body was then exhumed many years later. The monks were astounded to discover his body in such perfect condition, with flexible limbs and elastic skin. It had been 75 years since he had last visited, and in 2002, his body was placed on display in the temple. Buddhists think he is still in a deep state of meditation, hovering between life and death. Number 6. Alex Chu. He says he is immortal and is 51 years old. How did he accomplish that? By utilizing his rings of immortality. To ensure that people's cells always heal properly and never die, he created tiny magnet rings that can be applied to their fingers and toes. It appears that a person never dies if their cells are constantly regenerating. According to him, he has updated traditional Chinese medicine to make immortality available to everyone. These rings are actually available on Amazon, though it is not advised to buy them. They are available in white or black. However, the black one is more expensive because it supposedly appears to be stronger. Number 5. Merlin. The most fabled wizard figure at King Arthur's court was said to be Merlin. It can be challenging to separate history and legend when it comes to King Arthur because of how deeply ingrained they are into one another. According to legend, Merlin was half human and half demon. He acquired his extraordinary talents and skills from his demonic side, but used them for good at King Arthur's side. Immortality was one of these inherited abilities. Many hundreds of years after his time with King Arthur, according to those who believe that Merlin still exists, there have been sightings of him reported throughout British history. Others claim that these are just variations on the same narrative. The truth can only be discovered by continually separating fact from fiction. Number 4. The European nobleman. He was famous for his contributions to philosophy, the arts, and science. He was born in 1691. He was said to have consumed an elixir of immortality that he created using his alchemical expertise before becoming immortal. During his travels through European courts, nobles were astounded to see that he had not aged a day in the 50 years since they had last seen him. Number 3. Achilles. This man is the source of the idiom Achilles' heel, which I'm sure you've all heard of before. He was purported to be a mythical Greek warrior from the Trojan War. According to legend, when he was a baby, the river Styx, which divides Earth from the underworld, washed over him. Because of this, he became impervious to everything, including death, effectively becoming immortal. With one exception. They were holding him in the river by his ankles, leaving his ankles open to injury. In a battle, a poison arrow struck him in the ankle, killing him instantly and ending his immortality. His Achilles' heel was actually quite that. Number 2. The Three Nephites. In accordance with the Mormon book, after his resurrection, Jesus traveled to what is now America. When it was time for him to depart, he chose 12 apostles. But 3 of them pleaded with him to stay behind forever to aid and protect humanity. The 3 Nephites were supposed to be granted this by Jesus, and according to Mormons, they still exist today. They claim that there have been numerous instances throughout history of kind strangers assisting people before vanishing into thin air. And finally, at number 1, we have Nicholas Flamel, the immortal wizard who forged the Philosopher's Stone and was close friends with Dumbledore, may be the one whose name you are most familiar with from Harry Potter. That fictional character is actually based on Nicholas Flamel. He was a French scribe who was born in 1340 and died in 1418, according to records. However, rumors that he was still alive began to circulate hundreds of years later in the 1700s. He was described as an alchemist who found the genuine Philosopher's Stone and attained immortality. Some people think Flamel faked his own death, went into hiding, and is still alive today because he wanted to prevent this potent artifact from falling into the wrong hands. So that's the end of the video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and press the notification bell so you never miss out on our next videos. Until the next video, take care.